What is going on, guys? Thank you guys for tuning in to another video. I got a good one for you guys today. All right, so I got a lot of requests saying that you guys are struggling with charting Tesla, you're not quite getting it well, so we are going to dive into it today. All right, I'm going to be charting Tesla. I want to show you guys how I chart Tesla. Tesla is my bread and butter. I love trading Tesla. So with that being said, let's dive straight into the video and let's get to charting. All right, guys, so let's dive straight into this. How do we chart Tesla? So I got these channels up for you guys, but I am going to take these off, all right? And I want to start from scratch just so you guys can see. These lines are actually pretty accurate, but we're going to try to do it one more time for you guys. So here we go, all right? First things first, always want to go to the higher time frames. Higher time frames are super important. So we're on the daily. I like to go to the 4-year, okay, just so we can see what is happening. As you guys can see, Tesla is on a downtrend right here, so that's how we are going to start. All right, so this is how we do this. First things first, I like to draw my channels out. All right, so because we are on a downtrend, our trend lines will be coming down. So this is how I would do this. Oh, and don't forget, guys, when you guys are drawing these trend lines, make sure you go to settings, go down here to snap drawings to OHLC. So what this does is it gives you a precise, it puts your trend line right on the wick. All right, so check this out. Should draw this right there. We go, right on the wick. So let me activate this one as well, and let's put that right on the wick. All right, do that, and we're gonna extend this to the right. So now, oh, and I want to extend this also. Well, you know what, not yet. So let's duplicate this now. We'll duplicate it, and we'll come down here and we'll draw our bottom trend line. So that's what we have for our bottom trend line. All right, that's pretty respected, as we can see. Sorry about that. So look at it, touches it pretty accurately, as you guys can see. We wicked here, we wicked here, we wicked here. 3 wicks on our trend line is a confirmation of a downtrend. Alrighty, so now let's try to go find our middle zones. So I'm gonna switch this over. Let's go over to the weekly. I forgot. I don't know why I didn't put the weekly up for you guys. Alright, so you can do this either on the weekly or on the daily. It doesn't really matter. Whichever you guys feel comfortable. So let's duplicate this now, and now let's go over and try to find our next. There we go. We're wicked here, we're wicking here, we wicked here. So this is why I don't too much like doing the channels on the daily. I mean on the weekly. I would prefer to do them on the daily. So let's come out of that. Let's go back to the daily, and let's duplicate this here. Here we go. I like this. This is actually where I initially had it before I deleted it. I like this right here. You guys can see we wigged multiple times here, right here, right here. We wigged here, moving along sideways here, and we wigged right here. We're wicking here, and all this looks very accurate. I like that. All right, so now let's duplicate this again, and let's see if we can find another channel. So doom, doom. I like that one. That one looks pretty good. All right. And we might be able to find one more. Let's go here, duplicate that one, and let's see what we got here. I think we can possibly do this one right here. Right there, right there, right there. Yeah, I like this one. It's pretty, that looks good. I like that. All right. So here we go. We have our channels and they are moving right along. All right. So we're wicking at these channels. As you guys can see, we're bouncing off of them. We come down here, we bounce back up. We come down here, we bounce back up. We get to this channel, we move down. As we get to this channel here, we move down. We break the channel, we retest it, and then we start moving down. Which other one? We come up here, we reject it, come back down. We get down to this channel, and it bounces and it moves back up. So this is pretty accurate right here as well. As you guys can see, we get down here, we bounce on this channel, and we move back up. All right, so now as we go to the smaller time frames, you guys are able to see that this looks really nice. So let's actually go to the 1 hour. I'm gonna go to the 1 hour, and we're going to go to the 1 hour 90 day. There we go. 1 hour 90 day. And we want to see how accurate are we on our channels here. All right, so as we get down here, we reject it, we move up. What day was this? I think this is the FOMC day. Very volatile. We break. As we break, we retest, and then we move forward. Okay, so another thing that I like to do is I like to see where do we have our support and our resistance lines at, okay? So on this one here, we have our, I actually traded this today. I played the rejection up top, but I actually used this one instead of this high. So, you know what? Let me activate it. I used this rejection instead of this one here. And we had a nice move to the downside, okay? So now I would use that as my resistance. And for my support, I would use 198, okay? 198. Now let's move this, extend this to the left a little bit. And then change our colors. All right. So as we can see here, we have we've built a nice support right here. All right. We understand that price did not fall below this 198.6 area. All right. Even as we opened up the previous days, we came up, but we were able to hold this 198.6. And then today the market opened up and we were able to hold 198.6. There was never a close below this. All right. But we did understand the sell-off that happened. I was playing the 205. I wanted to see the rejection up here at 205, and we did. We got it this morning. All right. The market's shifting. I can tell. We are starting to see different market conditions. It's not like before where we would see 205 and then boom, we'll see a 205 break going into 206, 207, 208. We're not seeing that anymore. So what we're seeing is we're starting to see the rejections happen at these levels. So as you guys can see, we saw this the previous day where we came up to 205, we rejected it pretty heavy, moving all the way back down to 198. The next day as well, we saw a move into 205, which is today, and we rejected it. We didn't reject it. We didn't have as aggressive sellers as we had yesterday. So if you guys can see yesterday, look at this right here. All right, there was 12 million shares that sold off here. All right, and as you guys can see on this one, it was 9 million, and this one here, it was 8 million. So this is just 12 million in one candle. All right, guys. So that's a lot. All right, so as you understand, we can understand here that we had aggressive sellers at this area up here. Even on this one, we had 18 million shares that sold off. Okay, that is a lot, but we understand that the market conditions are shifting. So we're starting to see these rejections now at these levels. We're not seeing breaks anymore like we did the previous years. Okay, so that for me will be my base. This will be my, I would like to go ahead and mark this as my resistance. I just put an R on there. All right, boom. Remember for this, I'll go ahead and I'll put support, mark S right there. All right, so now what I also see is, I want to say on the higher time frame, we did have a gap that needed to be filled. So we still have some filling to do. All right, so on our gaps, this is how we do it. All right, this is where we closed. So we'll do it from open to close. We understand that the market already pushed up there, so that's where, yikes. Let's move this over a little bit. Bottom right point. Bam. There we go. And I like to change the color on this one. That way, I usually put it in purple. And that for me will give me a better understanding of what it is. So I usually do my gaps in purple. So we have to fill it. So we do understand that as we move up, we will be filling the gap. Okay, and I hate this. What I hate about when the gaps are at resistance is that a lot of times it's hard to play this move because we're dealing with two different things here. We're dealing with resistance. Yes, we want to get the entry and we want to fill the gap, right? We understand that the gap starts at 205.69 and it goes all the way into 211.97. All right. The only problem with it is that we're up here at this resistance level. So we have two things working in our favor. Is we have the resistance and we have a downtrend. Okay, so that's what we have working against us. So like I told you guys, we're not seeing these breaks and these moves go up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. We're not seeing that anymore. What we're seeing is we're starting to see where we get to a certain level and we sell off immediately. So these they're taking profits up at the top. All right, but we do understand that, hey, we do have a gap here that we need to fill. So whenever we do get to this level, what I would like to see is I would like to see a break, a full close above 204.94. Honestly, I would like to see a close above 205. I like to see a close above 205, and then I would like to move and start filling the gap here. All right. A lot of times what I've seen with Tesla is I see that once we get into this gap fill, we fill it, and we fill it pre-market as well, right? So we'll move sideways and we won't move as much. But what happens is pre-market, we fill the gap completely. And I've seen that so many times with Tesla, all right? But this is what we played today. We had the 205, we had these 205 puts, and that move was nice, all right? I also want to show you guys this, right? If we come back to the previous day, which is 216, pre-market, we sold off right here, all right? So ideally what we have here is a triple top, all right? We got right here, here, and here. So this is considered a triple top. All right, we sold off every time that we got up here to this 205 level. Okay, we weren't able to hold. We had to sell off every single time. So how I would play this is, for tomorrow, what I'm going to be seeing is I'm going to be seeing if we can hold this 198.6 again for a move to the upside. All right, I'm gonna want to come down to 198.6 and play the bounce for calls into a move above. Hopefully we can get above 205. And now I do see us filling the gap here pretty soon. But like I said, the only problem that I see is that we are on a downtrend, and that is a no bueno if we're trying to play this gap fill. Okay, but hopefully what we can get is we can see a 198.6 move bounce and into 205. That's going to be the move for me for tomorrow. That setup right there just honestly just looks very, very nice, and I like it. All right. Go to the 1 hour. Let's see here. See, we got a little demand forming. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for Tesla. It's nothing major. I know a lot of times you might seem like charting is complicated, but honestly, it's not too complicated. Once you've been doing it, once you guys get your screen time in and you guys start really looking at the charts, you'll get a better understanding of how the market moves. The market has legs and it moves in channels, right? So this is 1 leg, 2 leg, 3 leg, 4 leg, 5 legs. So the market moves in channels, and you just have to ride these channels and understand what happens when you get to these channels. And a lot of these channels are highly respected. If you can see right here, guys, look, we sold off right here. Here is pre-market, but we broke below and looks like we retested it. Look at it, we retested it. That's a pretty big retest, honestly, but we didn't close. Right here, we move along our channel, move along. Even the next day, we move along, and it moves back up. All right, right here. Usually when it sells off on these channels, it's pretty aggressive, but for the most part, we always get a retest. Okay, always get a retest. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for you guys today, man. Today's Tesla recap. Honestly, that was a nice move. We had puts on the way down. We played this 205 rejection into the 200s, which was really, really nice. But yeah, hope you guys learned something from this. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know. All right, leave it down in the comments below. All right, guys, so if you guys like this video, man, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below if there's any topics that you guys want me to go over, anything you guys want me to discuss, whatever it is that you guys want to learn. Make sure you guys drop it down in the comments down below, man. I will do my best to try to get to it, all right? So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys. I thank you guys for tuning in, watching the videos, and don't forget to subscribe, all right? With that being said, peace.